Okay, so today we're joined by Chris, our senior golfer here, who during lockdown had to play on his own but got a hole in one, so nobody saw it. So our ambition today is to give him his next big life opportunity that everybody can see. So here today, what we're going to do is we're firstly going to find out a little bit about Chris's golf and his background and his golfing goals, and then we're going to film his transformation session with Julian. So we're going to work out where he was at the beginning and where he was at the end. So I'm Jo Cameron, I'm head of membership experience and client engagement here at ProperGolfing. So welcome, Chris.
I'm very pleased to be here.
You are indeed, and he looks quite well considering it's 3 hours journey here, I know. So, Chris, tell us a little bit about your golf and why you're here today.
Well, I've been playing golf for over 50 years.
Yeah.
But after a couple of injuries and the aging process, I don't hit the ball as far as I used to, but I made the mistake of trying to hit the ball too hard to make up for it. And I'm struggling to reproduce anything that I used to do when I was 30 years younger, and I'd like to get some of it back.
Yeah. So before we start, what I just want to say is if you've ever watched our content or been inspired or like it, please subscribe to our channel. It helps you and it helps us.
So first time here, Chris. Lovely to meet you. Nervous or okay?
Always a little bit nervous when you're asked to perform in front of a professional.
What I'm going to do, Chris, is I'm going to score your swing against our metrics, but I'm not going to show you what that is. We'll show you at the very end. So I've now scored your swing. Obviously, I'm not going to show you what it is just yet. We'll show you at the very end. If I were a complete beginner, can you offer me any hints and tips that might help me with my golf swing? There's no wrong answers. Anything that might help me.
If you were a complete beginner,
Yeah.
I would suggest to you that you didn't try and hit a full shot to begin with.
Yeah,
For
fabulous.
balance.
What should I do with my head and my eyes?
If I actually see myself strike the ball,
Yeah.
I've kept down and under and through the ball, and I tend to get a good strike.
Yeah. Cool. And if we were to score the importance of the finish out of 10, so 10 it's really important the finish, 1 it isn't, what is it to you if you were playing on the golf course?
Well, okay. I'd have said a couple of years ago, I'd have said it doesn't matter.
If we were to score it out of 10, 10 it's important, 1 it isn't, what would you say?
Now I'm going to say 8.
Now it's an 8.
I probably would have said 2.
Okay. The first thing that I need to help you with is posture. So I'm going to stand nice and tall and my arms are relaxed on my body. And what we're going to do now is keep your legs straight and your back straight, and we're going to bend forward from your hips until the club hits the floor. Once it's on the floor, then we just relax the knees and arms relaxed on your body. So this is going to be your start point. Okay, keep your knees straight now and bend forward from your hips till it hits the floor. And now just soften the knees slightly. So you're taking the club back with your arms, and we need to involve the body. So we want the best way to start the backswing is with a turn rather than an arm movement. Yeah. So if I was going to hit something here, if I do that, I'm going to be restricted. Whereas if I turn, then use my wrists, that's going to make the swing so much easier. So the first part of the golf swing is a body turn. So we turn, then we set the wrists. Okay. That's it. So you're going to turn away, not lift away. Turn and follow. Okay, so balance finish was better?
Yeah, finish was better.
It was definitely closer.
Slightly too quick through the ball, hence the hook.
Not really. Speed won't make it hook. Club face makes it hook. Okay, in your case, because your eyes were still down, the club head overtook the body and then it closed.
So if the body movement was better, it would stay more straight to target.
It stays more stable, yeah. Much closer. So where do you think your eyes were then when you hit your shot.
Still looking down.
So I have a question for you. What can you actually see on the screen?
A green,
A green. Okay. What's past the green?
some water,
Okay. What's past the water?
some trees,
Okay. What's above the trees?
blue sky.
Great. I want you to see some blue sky for me. Because there's a lot of green grass down here.
That's a
but
silly
there's some
game.
nice blue sky up there.
That's a silly game. That's me.
What can I see?
Yeah, I mean, this is going to take 200-300 balls on the practice ground before I get close to it. But I can see what the aim is now, and I can see how the habit around the eyes is affecting the follow through.
Get it to relax. Okay, that's it. Follow, 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 follow. Now, okay. There you go. Now look at your finish. Much more solid. I think what we've learnt now intellectually is that once we do start to use our eyes better, how much the body improves, the body movement improves. And if our eyes are fixed on down here, it restricts that natural movement.
It's not.
So now you've got both together. That's when it started to feel effortless, but much more efficient. So what are you going to practice when you go back home from here today? What's going to be your major things to take away?
The most important thing on the backswing is that I get a better turn,
Yeah.
but allow my body to go through the shot and up and hold the finish at the end. One of the things for me that's important, I made a sort of a bit of a joke of it when I say to my partners, I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that I'm up and through and seeing virtually every ball because it means that I've turned my head and my body through the ball.
Yeah. So we've learnt a few things today, Chris.
Indeed.
Yeah. So what
No, lots to work on, it's great.
Yeah. So
What you told me today really reflected on looking at one of your previous videos and having one of the most successful practice sessions I'd had.
So Chris, at the start I scored your swings. So there's 9 different things that we look for in the setup and the way that you swing in the golf club. So to start off with, we were 2 elements we were looking at. We scored them both out of 6. And at the start, you were a 2 out of 6 on the first bit, which was set up, body movement and wrist movement. Then we looked at what we call our timeless swing elements, which is free-flowing motion, a coordinated movement and a 6-second finish. Okay, so in the second part, you also scored a 2 out of 6. When we've started to look at the changes, those have now gone up to a 4 out of 6 and a 4 out of 6. So significant changes already in quite a short space of time. Now, on this second part, what we look at is what we call the swing killers. So the higher the number, the worse it is. The lower the number, the better it is. So you were quite an
So my scores are shooting up now.
So on this one, you quite was an avid of keeping your eye on the golf ball. So at the start, you were a 5 out of 6. So the higher the number, the worse it is. When we finished, you'd gone down to a 2 out of 6. So a huge change in your setup, the way that your body's moving and the way that your swing looks. How do you feel about the changes that we've made?
I'm very pleased to have had the lesson because I feel now that I've got some clear directions to go in.
Yeah. It's very important that you put this into practice. Very important you film yourself, because how do you know you're making changes unless you film
I'll
yourself?
need to get a tripod, won't I?
I would do. They're very cheap off Amazon, about less than £20, I think. They'll be a godsend. That's really going to help you with your golf swing. So we've had a session today. How's your knees? How's your back right now?
They're fine now.
Yeah, so
They're
it's
fine.
not aggravated in any way?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Fabulous. So let's see how that looks
Now,
tomorrow.
in fact, I would say that standing up taller, I've got less pressure on my back than I did before.
Yeah, absolutely, Chris. Yeah. Well, I look forward to seeing it in the future.